Hi there, my name is Michelle O'Hare, and I am a certified body talk practitioner and an IFS practitioner. Today I wanted to talk about a case that I had today. We've been kind of going on this kind of like journey with these same parts since about September. So what I wanted to talk about was when we really think that something is a unattached burden, um, but ... So this particular client had a part that all the other parts in the system referred to as the monster. So, when you hear the word monster, you're like, oh, yeah, that must be a UB. And I was convinced that it was a UB because the energy from it was really chaotic, and there was a lot of like pain and like gross and real foggy and stuff like that. So those have been, in my experience, a lot of the different qualities that a UB can have. So there was also like a part in my client's system that its role was to keep the monster down. So I just stayed curious, but I really have to admit I was convinced that this was a monster. Even the exile called it the monster. And so today we were able to get curious and get a lot more information. So this this part was that's called the monster, was showing, what was it, showing memories of the client on a road trip and exploring a pond and just all these kinds of things. And so I had it, ask, what's it trying to show you with showing these memories? What does it need you to know? What does it need you to get? And it said that I was always on my own, even with family. I was like, okay. So it also was saying, reminding him of how he never felt worthy, always felt like an extra. And the part was like, I came because the client was lonely. It was protecting him. So that it didn't have to be alone. And it was just, the energy of it was just like, I don't know, it was almost kind. And I'm like, whoa, this doesn't feel, this feels different. Okay. So just staying curious and just asking very clarifying questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. So I just asked, I said, so why does the rest of the system like refer to you as the monster? And it said, because I can be scary, and that it can be really, really bad, and it makes the client really, really mad, and it does that so that people will go away before they will leave. And it came in when he was 4, and I remembered the first memory when we connected with this, monster. A couple weeks ago, it showed him a memory of being asleep on the floor at his Mimi's. And I was like, is that when he came? And he was like, yeah. He said, yeah. He says, the client said, I was on the floor at my Mimi's in the room where my grandfather passed. And I was like, is this granddad? Yes. So that was a big surprise. And the system was very confused. So I was able to explain how sometimes, when our loved ones pass, a piece of them can just kind of attach to us. So how that happens, why? I'm sure we could be like investigating and like going around in the hamster wheel about that one, but it just does happen. And so we got the confused part to soften, and the client was able to just have compassion and just like appreciation for his granddad coming to try to help. So I had asked the granddad, was he ready to move on? And just kind of did it in the same style that, you would do a UB, surrounding it with light. The thing is before I even suggested it, my client reported to me that the light was already around him and granddad was already going up. He was, he was so ready. I can only imagine. And after the session was over, he said, yeah, it was amazing. He goes, I felt like my anger and this whole energy was like, that was granddad. So there's a lot of relief and peace in the system now because they were just ready for granddad to be gone, I guess. So anyway, so that was my experience with a UB can look like a passenger and smell like or should I say a passenger can look like a UB and smell like a UB, but it doesn't mean that it's a UB. So I hope that this video is helpful, and I hope that you have a good day. Thank you.